QPR have gone from being iconic to irrelevant. In the early 2010s, they were such a vibey, iconic club with players like Adel Taarabt, Julio Cesar, but after another mid-table finish, this marks over a decade since they were in the Premier League. That changes now. It is time to make QPR iconic again, time to get them back into the Premier League and make them champions of Europe. So here we are at the start of the 25-26 season using live start points. This is the default squad we have inherited. There is a lot of work to do if we want to get QPR back into the Premier League, especially with as limited a budget as we have. And I can already see the comments. Jared, you're a Fulham fan. What are you doing rebuilding QPR? This actually means something to me. I actually want, believe it or not, my rival teams to be strong. It is boring having QPR being as poor as they are and as irrelevant as they are. As a Fulham fan, I like having teams like Brentford competitive because it makes these rivalry games mean so much more. Between Ilias Chair and Koki Saito, we do have plenty of options on the left-hand side. So I'm going to convert Saito to a right midfielder because I want both of them featuring in the starting 11. From the jump, though, we need a new centre-back. Centre-back is by far the weakest part of this squad. That is why we are picking up Tyler Bindon, the New Zealand centre-back, spent last year on loan at Reading. He's back at Nottingham Forest, and now we're bringing him back to the Championship permanently. The Kiwi joining us for £3.8 million. I fully intend on a massive clean out here in Season 1. First man out, Morgan Fox heading to Hull. Sam Field chasing that Saudi bag heading to Al Ittihad. I know he's the captain, but I want Varane as our starting centre defensive midfielder. Paul Smythe joining Coventry. The Aussie Daniel Bennett going to the MLS on loan, but we're not even close to done. Another man going off on loan to the MLS, it is Ryan Coley. No surprises, it happened quick, but Saito is now a right midfielder. Harvey Vale heading on loan to Montpellier. Michael Frey, our starting striker, being sold to Monza. And Lucas Anderson, the former starting attacking midfielder, being sold to VfL Bochum. I promise, lads, this is not a New Zealander only rebuild. I'm allowed to sign players from other countries, but this is just the way it's worked out. Liberado Kakache at a crossroads in his career, leaving Empoli, joining us at QPR. Heverton, I didn't want to sell him. I wanted to get a loan move for him as he moves to a backup right midfielder. But someone I'm okay with selling is our fifth string goalkeeper, Nathan Shepherd. So yeah, we haven't gone too insane in terms of players arriving. I've kept about £6 million in the budget though, so I'm prepared to make some moves in January, and honestly, it'll probably be up top. We've got Sella and Charlie Kelman. Charlie Kelman, I'm giving the nod because he is a channel hero. If you remember, I believe it was our Harrogate Town rebuild like 3 or 4 years ago. This dude turned into like a 98 rated striker. One of the best players I've ever used in channel history. I want to see if we can replicate that magic today. Do I think we will? Probably not. But if he has a good year, then why not keep the faith? But I'm also prepared to make an upgrade here in January if needs be. Oh my, okay, we need to make some moves. We are in the relegation battle, but the draws are killing us, man. 11 draws. We're on 29 points. Oxford United on 25. We are in this relegation battle here. 29 points, and in the playoffs, we are not even close. We are 15 points away from Bournemouth, who got relegated. Once again, I feel like I'm clarifying it every time I do a relegation rebuild, but when you do live start points, the CPU automatically simulates every other season, hence the reason why Everton are in the relegation zone or in the championship. Same with Bournemouth. But yeah, we are gonna need to get to work. But to be fair, it probably doesn't need to be at the striker role right now. Charlie Kelman and Zan Sella are both scoring at a decent rate. Unfortunately, I think I'm probably gonna look to upgrade at the attacking midfield role because Nicholas Madsen is not providing an impact at all. It's not the route that I expected to go down here in Season 1, but we're doing it anyways. Nicholas Madsen has been sold to Ipswich, and in order to juice up the transfer budget a little bit more here, give us a little bit more room to work and bring in a top quality attacking midfielder, I'm gonna sell Kenneth Powell also to Ipswich Town. 2-for-1 deal. We get our man. It's actually somebody I've never heard of until signing him. 75 rated Dutch attacking midfielder by the name of Ringo Meeveld. We signed him from Willem. I'm excited to see what he can do for us. I'm also going to sign the Northern Irishman Paddy Lane from Portsmouth, just as a little backup at the left midfield position. The second half of the season, it was one of stabilization. Again, 19 draws is absolutely brutal. We were on 55 points. We were nowhere near the relegation zone, which saw Portsmouth, Oxford, and Huddersfield go down. But on the flip side of the equation, we were nowhere near the playoffs. Sunderland and Bournemouth automatically going up. Arsenal win the FA Cup. Man City win the Carabao. And Everton, probably a good thing to get the stronger teams back up to the Premier League. Everton win the playoff final. Charlie Kelman, our top goal scorer this year. And both of our strikers putting in some pretty decent performances. I'm going to have to take a look at the squad to see whether we need to upgrade them or if they've done enough to stay another season. Ilias Chair having a great year. Disappointing start to life at QPR though for Ringo. Only 2 goals and 1 assist, but I guess it was better than his predecessor. When it comes to the lads on loan though, Harvey Vale goes up +4. Heverton goes up +2. Daniel Benny, the former Perth Glory man, goes up 6 overall. And Coley goes up +4 at the LA Galaxy. But as this first season draws to a close, we will be saying goodbye to Jack Colback and Steve Cook, who are both retiring. I want this to be the year that QPR become relevant again. I want us to be the big movers in the championship this year, but we need the money to do it. Starting off, selling Taylor Richards. Daniel Benet, impressive year in the MLS last year. This year he goes to Inter Miami on loan. But for me, one of the big areas I want an upgrade is at the right back role. So Jimmy Dunn, he's going up to the Premier League. Immediately, we're going to go and get his upgrade, though. It's only a +1 upgrade, but he's like 5 or 6 years younger than Jimmy Dunn. It is Wagner Pina joining us from the Portuguese league for 4 mil. Harvey Vale heading to Coventry on loan. And I'm making the tough call. We're going for a new striker. Zan Seller sold to the Belgian league. Seller performed well last year, but I've got to think for the long term. We need a striker that we can hang our hats on. And for me, I think we've found him. It's a guy that I've seen play personally in Cincinnati last season. He spent 6 months at FC Cincinnati on loan. We got him from Shakhtar Donetsk. We didn't decide to renew him, but he went to the Portland Timbers. I've seen moments of brilliance from the Venezuelan, but let's see if Kevin Kelsey can do it for QPR. Bagging him from the Portland Timbers for £6.2 million. Another deal done in the MLS though. Ryan Coley had a great year at the LA Galaxy, so we're sending him back there. We need to be the big improvers. This team is so much better than it was last year. I want us in the hunt for the playoffs. I want us converting those draws from last year into wins, and come January 1st, I want us at the top. We're 11th. Oh, I mean, it's better than this time last year. We have converted a lot of the draws into wins, but we're getting a lot more losses. We're 11th on 36 points. We are just outside of the playoffs, 9 points out of the playoffs. So far out of the automatic spots, man. We have got a big second half of the season necessary. And look, unfortunately, Nardi's not getting any younger. He's not growing anymore. I think it's time for us to try going for at least an upgraded goalkeeper. Money's going to be a bit of an issue, but I'm going to sell him to Leicester for 2.5 mil. I'm actually pretty happy with this upgrade. I can't lie. I'm pretty chuffed right now. I didn't expect to get this caliber of a goalkeeper, but it is Alfonso Areola, the West Ham United goalkeeper. He's 33 years of age, 78 overall. I don't expect him to be the guy that's lifting a Champions League trophy for QPR, but this is a huge step in getting us hopefully promoted. And with Areola coming into the team, this looks like a much balanced team, much more balanced team. Few 78 rated guys there. We need to be higher than 11th. I am begging us to stop having slow starts to the year. We finish 8th. We finish 3 points out of the playoffs. QPR, this is one of our best seasons in a while, but it is not going to get us into the playoffs. Oh my God, we need to come out of the gates undefeated next year. Ipswich, 103 points. The top dogs crushing it. Who's going down? Millwall, Rotherham, Bolton. Spurs beat Wolves to win the FA Cup. Port Vale made the semi-finals. Brighton win the Carabao Cup. We've been piss poor in all these tournaments though, and I don't care about that. My main priority is getting promoted, which clearly isn't going well either. But it's going well if you're in Norwich City. They are heading back to the Premier League. Charlie Kellman is making it so hard for me to get rid of him. 23 goals for the American, 74 overall. He went from being maybe priority 1 of being replaced at season 1 to now he's buying time for himself. Great first year as well for Kevin Kelsey, the Venezuelan striker, 77 overall, 22 goals. Chair has another great year, still getting growth at 29. There are players that are really delivering for us, and there are players that are not. I think we're going to have to go for a new centre-back next year. Clark Salter, age is just not on his side. Checking in on the loan players, Harvey Vale only +1 this year. Daniel Benny +3 at Inter Miami. And another +3 for Coley. These guys are doing pretty well. The 2 guys that keep going to the MLS, that is. But man, we need to stop messing about. We need to get ourselves promoted to the Premier League. It's getting a little ridiculous now. I have plans to upgrade the centre-back role this year, but first priority, whilst I wait to get offers in, is to get players in because our squad depth is absolutely abysmal. I'm going to free agency. I'm going to regens. Luis Chavez actually looks like a bit of a beast. He is a right back, but he's already 73 overall at 18, so I'm likely going to throw him up on the loan list and probably going for another right back. But there are other priorities before we go and get another right back. Getting an English centre back in Oliver Clark, and an English defensive midfielder by the name of Theo Stevens. But the moves are starting to happen, lads. Liam Morrison, only reason I'm selling him is because he refused to get off the transfer list. He has a year left on his contract, so it was either sell him now or let him walk on a free. Clark Solder has been so solid for us, but we need to upgrade £4 million to help do that. And we're also saying goodbye to Emerson Sutton. We knew we wanted a solid centre-back pickup, and that is what we have done. A +2 upgrade for somebody 6 years younger than Jake Clark-Salter. It's a man that I actually had on my shortlist in season number 1, but it is going to be Callum Doyle. We didn't sign him in season 1. He left City and went to Sampdoria, but now he's back to England. We finally get ourselves our other right back though, Stanley Watts joining us. Third loan spell in a row for Daniel Benny, but this year he's not going to the MLS. It might ruin him, honestly. He's going to France this year. Maybe the MLS was his lucky charm. Dude, we're starting to get some big offers in though for Kelsey. There is no way I am selling him, but that is a great omen. That is a great step in the right direction. We do finally get a loan move though for Luis Chavez, a year at Como. Enjoy it, mate. Probably the last move I make for Coley as he heads to Fenerbahce on loan. A busy window of bolstering the squad depth mainly, but this puts us in great stead for the season. The entire squad, Kelman hit 75, the entire squad 75 or higher. Areola went up to a 79 last year. This team is primed for a promotion run. The fact we haven't been in the picture to this stage is shocking to me. 1st of January, if we're not right in the mix for automatic promotion, I'm going to be shocked. Good. We're in the mix. We are in the mix. We are looking really good. 9 points clear of Bristol to make sure that we would be in the playoffs, but we are 1 point behind Burnley, 3 behind Leeds United if we want to go up automatically. I feel no needs to make starting 11 changes. I'm just going to work on getting the bench sorted. We need a backup striker. I'm continuing QPR's run of getting A-League players and championships run in general. Archie Goodwin joining us from Adelaide United. Finally, we step up. We shake out Burnley, and we are heading to the Premier League with QPR. QPR finally relevant again, and Season 4 is going to see us in the fight of our life. We go up with Leeds, some big dogs fighting it out for the final spot, but going down a derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley. Arsenal win the FA Cup, Liverpool the Carabao Cup, and it will be Leicester City joining us and Leeds in the Prem next year. Kevin Kelsey, you beautiful man. We signed him at the start of last year, and he is paying dividends right now. 81 overall, primed to enter the Premier League. Charlie Kelman, 77 overall. His worst performance, though, on the park this season. Saito, 78. We're in a good spot where our guys are like Binden's 81. We have a team that I can definitely see surviving in the Premier League next year. No growth from Chavez, though, on loan at Como. That is really disappointing. Just +1 for Daniel Benny. Some of these guys still have there. I think they've maxed out. Coley, 73 rated. That's better than I expected, to be honest. Areola, though, staying at a 79. Oh my God, we made a masterstroke signing him. Premier League bound with QPR in season number 4. Let's see if we can avoid the relegation battle. I just wanted to take a look at this team before we go into our business. Foundationally, this is a good team. I've walked into the Premier League with worse teams and survived, and there aren't necessarily any areas that scream out from the jump that are like, you need to upgrade right away, which is a really, really good position to be in. If we play our cards right with the money we got from being promoted, that could speed track us right to a Champions League title, but most importantly, surviving relegation. So my thinking is, let's upgrade the areas where there is the least upside with the current player. From the jump, that is left back. Liberato Kakache, 77 overall, 27 years of age. I might get another overall or 2 in, but going for Victor Christiansen is a monster upgrade right now. The Dane, 81 overall, joins us from Villarreal. But there are a few players who will not be joining us in the Premier League. Alfie Lloyd joining Hermannstadt. Jonathan Varane is joining Norwich for 14 mil. That should be a key indicator as to where I want to upgrade next. I'm going to give Luis Chavez another opportunity, another chance. If he doesn't grow this year, then it is what it is. But I want as big an upgrade as possible. I'm selling Kakache as well. That's an extra £13 million towards a defensive midfield upgrade. Here we go, fellas. This team gets stronger and stronger. It's the 82 rated Brazilian defensive midfielder Andre joining us from Bologna. One more player sale for good measure. Clearing the decks a little bit. Kieran Petrie heading to Dundee. Christensen and Andre coming in the side just takes us to another level. I've still got about 16 million pounds. Again, I'm trying to keep money where I can so that I have reactive measures in the January windows. Kelman's been solid. He had a bit of a drop off last year. I'm curious to see how he fares in the Premier League. I'm not feeling overly nervous about our chances of getting relegated, but again, Ariola's gone down in overall as well. If he continues to drop, that might be the obvious choice. All right, my cockiness has caught up to us. I was confident. We're 7 points clear, which is a nice safety net, but we are sitting 16th right now, and we are without a doubt still in this relegation battle. And Charlie Kelman, he's not delivering like he did in the championship. That's to be expected, but a goal every 5 games is not a good enough strike rate. Honestly, we could get about probably more than 14 million pounds for him. We got 16 in the bank. I say we go for a new striker. Well, we've done it, lads. Charlie Kelman, I didn't expect him to come this far. He's been really, really solid for us, but the American has been sold. It's time to get ourselves a new striker. Charlie Kelman heading to PSV for 16.5 million pounds. And in order to sprinkle a little more money into the transfer budget, Heverton's been sold to Anderlecht. We've got our man. It's not a marquee signing, but I've signed a guy that I think can be a really good improvement for the next couple of years. It is Mateo Joseph, the Spanish striker, 81 overall, 25 years of age, younger than Kelman, 4 overall, higher than Kelman. He's going to join us from starter in A for 20 million pounds. But we're not done there. I'm about to do something that I don't think I've done in the entirety of FC25. As you can see, this was the short list of players that I found that fit within our budget. But when it comes to Alejo Veliz, see that little thing there? Contract expiring in 5 months. Let's see if we can make a pre-contract signing for next year. He might not even be a starter next year, but if we can get him in, potentially loan him out or sell him on, that's an extra 25 to 30 million pounds for nothing. My eyes absolutely lit up when I saw that. I'm gonna go all out. I mean, let's go important. Cool. Okay, yep, crucial. I don't mind lying to him because I'm probably gonna sell him. Very rarely do we get these types of opportunities. I am all here for it. See if he takes 90,000 pounds. Can we get Velez on a free transfer? Yes! We do. A rare pre-contract signing, Alejo Veliz joining QPR next year. Now we've got to hope that he's joining a Premier League club. We are staying up comfortably, and I am not shocked about it either. 11 points clear of Nottingham Forest. Fulham get themselves out of the relegation battle. QPR stay up though. Forest, Leicester, Ipswich go down. Hit that magical 40-point marker, which is enough to keep us in the Prem. Still some other West London clubs we have to get bigger than though. Chelsea and Brentford just ahead of us. Top of the table though is going to be Arsenal. Fulham survive relegation and win the FA Cup, so they're heading to Europe next year. We had our best run in that tournament, making to the round of 16, where we unfortunately lost to Birmingham. That feels like an opportunity missed. Man City win the Carabao Cup. Again, absolutely stunk it up there. The ultimate goal is to win the Champions League. I still feel like we're quite a bit away from winning that, but it's good to keep an eye on it. Real Madrid win it. Lille win the Europa League, and Feyenoord win the Conference League. 23 goals in the Premier League for Kevin Kelsey. This man is the real deal. Living up to the hype he had when he joined FC Cincinnati back when he was at Shakhtar Donetsk. Kevin Kelsey getting up to an 84 overall. I think he's ready to win a Champions League. Saito 14-4. Mielveld, he's 81 rated now. Joseph, only half a year, but I'm hoping for more from him next season. I will say though, probably going to have to put goalkeeper as priority number 1 next year. Areola starting to decline. He's given us a great couple of years though. No growth again though for Luis Chavez. That's really disappointing, I can't lie. But we've survived in the Premier League. That's all we wanted. Now it's time to build from here. Season 5 begins in not so exciting fashion. Theo Stevens wanted a loan move, so I'm going to give it to him for the year. I am going to sell, however, the Brazilian 4th string goalkeeper Salomon. And well, to the dismay of some QPR fans, I think it's time to sell Ilias Chair. The Moroccan is 31 years of age. We've got 21 million pounds to sell him to Juventus. And so immediately I'm going to get his upgrade. I'm going to take advantage of an Englishman wanting to come back to England. Samuel Illing Jr. We're going to sign the Englishman from Napoli here. A marquee addition to the left-hand side of the midfield here at Loftus Road. Samuel Illing Jr. joins us for 34.5 mil. Now, here's the weird situation I'm in. Alejo Veliz and Joseph are here. Veliz has joined the club, valued at around 24.5 million pounds. I can't put him on the transfer list right away, though. So, perhaps controversially, he's only been here for 6 months, but I'm going to throw Joseph on the transfer list. I want to get around 30 million pounds, use that money towards upgrading the goalkeeper role, and we can see how Valais goes in his first year. Or I could just get £100 million for Kevin Kelsey and have Joseph and Valais up top together, but I'm not going to do that. And well, the window came, the window went, and we didn't get a single offer for Mateo Joseph, meaning I'm going to throw him back as the starting striker. And then I think come January, it's going to be open season. Teams are going to be able to make offers for Valais, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see if we can get one of them out. But the most annoying thing is we weren't able to afford an upgrade for Areola. We still have about £14 million. But I want an end game goalkeeper after Areola. I don't want to sell him. I want somebody to come in that is like 84, 85 overall. If we sell one of the strikers, we will have enough money for that. But I guess we're going to have to wait till January. What a difference a year can make. This time last year, we were just outside of the relegation zone. Fulham were inside of it. Fast forward 12 months, Fulham are top of the Premier League, and we are sitting 5th right now. What the hell is in the water in West London? It's happened, lads. Joseph is gone. We have got a big price tag for him, but it is time to say goodbye. And this might be controversial, but I've sold him to Brentford, one of our rivals. I've sold him to Brentford for 40 mil. But again, fast forward 12 months, we have quite literally doubled our money. Bought him for 20 mil, sell him for 40 mil. I'm happy with that. Exactly what we were after, though. We get ourselves a goalkeeper, we get ourselves an Englishman, and we get him for a great price. James Trafford, another Englishman coming home. We sign him from Leon for 27.5 mil. But I am not done there. I want us pushing for the top 4. It's time for us to go in for a new right midfielder. Let's make a big splash. He's been reliable, but not a game breaker. Koki Saito sold to Brentford as well. I've truly gone full trader this year. And I'm hoping this is going to be the difference maker because we have got ourselves a 27-year-old that is 84 overall on our hunt for Champions League football. Delane Bakwa has joined us from Strasbourg. Take us to the promised land, Delane. Take us there. Come on! Let's go. I'm trying not to swear right now. We have got into the top 3. Fulham have absolutely shat the bed in the second half of the season. Fulham dropped down to 8th. Man City and Man United mid-table. What a weird makeup. Arsenal, Brighton, QPR, and Tottenham are in the top 4. Arsenal also win the FA Cup. We're getting better year by year. Round of 16 last year, quarterfinals this year. We're going to be FA Cup champions in 2 years. Aston Villa win the Carabao Cup. We lost to Villa in the semi-finals on penalties there. When you break it down, we were only a few bounces of the ball away from a treble. Been an unbelievable year, and it's even more unbelievable to see Bilbao win the Champions League. Copenhagen win the Europa League. What is going on in world football? And Crystal Palace win the Conference League. What a weird, bloody season it has been. One thing that is not weird, though, is Kevin Kelsey. He is an absolute stud. Best player on the team by a country mile. Valais has had a decent year, but yeah, I'm probably going to have to look at upgrading him next year. Mieveld +1. Binden got injured that then went back up to an 84. Illing Jr. up to an 84. We're in a good position, but being in the Champions League brings a whole new set of challenges. We're a Champions League club. We need to look like one at every single part of the pitch. At striker, Kevin Kelsey definitely does, but his partner Valais, not so much, which is why I have come out and started the transfer window with a monster pickup. It is the Frenchman, Hugo Ekitike, joining us at the club, signing on from Bayern Munich for £49.5 million. But there's still more to do, fellas. When I tell you I am going all out to make sure that we give ourselves a run this year, I'm not lying. I'm selling Ringo Mieveld to Bournemouth for £44 million. And to replace him, it is another massive signing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Amad Diallo from Atalanta. But we are still not done. There is more to do. Got an offer in for Victor Christensen from Mönchengladbach, which I'm accepting for £34.5 million. Oh, this season has been perfect, lads. It's another Bayern Munich man. Destiny Udogie joining us, £45.5 million for him. But wait! We're still not done. It keeps on coming. Callum Doyle has been sold to Brighton for £21 million. And I'm also selling Alejo Valais, cashing in on our free money. Ironically, selling him to Tottenham. Tottenham basically just paid £31 million for a 2-year loan move. All of this is so that we can sign Lenny Yoro from Nice. We get our star at the back. And when I tell you, when you guys see this starting 11 we have just from the business we've done this window, you will see that we are the real deal. The Frenchman comes back to English football for £56 million. Like, just sit back and marvel at the team we currently have. Look at this team. You know you're in a good spot where your lowest rated players are 84. And the good thing about a lot of this team is there is still growth on their sides. Kelsey, I would not be shocked if he was 90 overall this year. That being said, I've definitely sacrificed our bench a little bit in order to make some of these signings happen, but we can always build on that in the future. I feel like we've got a starting 11 right now that I'm really confident in. But there's only one way we're going to find out, and that is by actually doing the damn thing. Champions League phase. We start off against Leverkusen. That is never a welcome sight. Dinamo Zagreb in October, along with Dinamo Kiev. Feyenoord away. Hosting Wolfsburg at Loftus Road. Away against Juventus. And we rounded out away against Atletico Madrid. And at home to Monaco. This is not an easy league phase by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, I thought we got the draws killing us out of our system when we were in the championship. 4 draws. We finished 9th in league phase play, meaning we are the top team in the playoffs. We miss out on automatic qualification by 1 damn point. And in the playoffs, QPR will be versing Napoli. Also, 15 games to go in the Premier League season. We are currently 8 points clear. This is our league to lose. Here we go, traveling to Naples for the first leg. Illing Jr. coming up against his former side. Just look at this team, man. Binden with the captain's armband. This team is so damn good. Do the damn thing against Napoli. We do! Amad Diallo and Kevin Kelsey are going to bag goals, and we're going to take a 2-goal lead back to Loftus Road. Nothing fancy required. Just do not bottle it. A rainy night in West London, Loftus Road, QPR versus Napoli, and we lose it 2-1. But we did enough in the first leg to get ourselves through to the round of 16. Andre with a yellow card there. Hopefully not enough to rub him out of the round of 16. Well, we're becoming quite familiar with Italy. We're going to be going to Milan as we face AC Milan in the Champions League round of 16. Andre not suspended, but another yellow card would put him in danger. Here we go. Kelsey up to a 90. We called it, fellas. First leg at home, and we win it 3-2. A lot to unpack there. Ekitike with a yellow card. Kelsey missed a penalty. Diallo with a yellow card. We take the lead back to Napoli. Back to Milan, rather. But what's our team going to look like in that second leg? Maybe I was just being a little dramatic. Nobody is suspended. Everybody is here. We have the lead at the San Siro. Come on, lads. Get us to the quarterfinals. 3. Oh, my God. Kevin Kelsey won it for us in the 97th minute. They equalized / won the tie in the 90th minute with Alvarez. Sends it to extra time. And we are heading to the quarterfinals. Our Italian expeditions are over for now. We have drawn Sevilla in the quarterfinals. Definitely worse teams we could have drawn. I don't want to put the mocker on us. I don't want to jinx us, but it's better than a Manchester City, all those types of teams. First legs at home, 3-0. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. 3-0, first leg. Let's go to Seville and get ourselves through to the semi-finals. Holy hell. This team is absolutely berserk. I was kind of hoping that Yoro got suspended so he could get off his platter, but we are 3-0 up. I'm almost booking my flights now. 3-1. Perfect. Ekitike gets a yellow card though. Come on, bro. We're 3-1 up, 6-1 on aggregate, and we are going to the semi-finals. But I fear Ekitike is going to be out of the first leg as we are facing PSG. Confirmed. Look, it's the risk that I run. I sold Valise because I needed to finance the signing of Lenny Yoro and all these other guys. It's got us to this point, but I'm hoping we don't miss him too much. First leg in Paris. We have a 3-all draw. Kevin Kelsey, I love you. Hugo Ekitike back into the starting 11. We are at home. The Frenchman back in trying to take down the club from his home nation. A rainy night at Loftus Road. But this could be a great day for QPR. Can we get through to a Champions League final? Yes, we do. A clean sweep on a penalty shootout. We take down PSG. Oh my God. We are heading to a Champions League final. All of our efforts in the summer have paid off massively. And in the final, it is going to be QPR versus Atletico Madrid. We get to avoid playing Real Madrid. we face Atletico in the 2031 Champions League final. A look around the grounds, Barcelona winning the Johan Cruyff derby. Chelsea, it's a star-studded European roster. Holy shit, dude. Look at that domination. We have won the Premier League title with QPR. Only 3 losses all season. We finish 17 points clear of second-placed Fulham. That is unbloody-believable. We win a Premier League title with QPR, heading back to the Champions League next year, while Southampton, Ipswich and Brentford head down to the Championship. Manchester City won the FA Cup. We lost to Leeds United in the semi-final. But we won the Carabao Cup. We won the EFL Cup, 2-1 over Fulham in a West London derby. If this happened in real life, I would be in tears, but right now I'm over the moon. That means that if we win a Champions League final tonight, we're going for a treble. But holy hell. Our 2 strikers, Kevin Kelsey and Hugo Ekitike, both of them have to be nominated for a Ballon d'Or next year, surely. 36 goals each. That is actually cooked. I said I needed somebody that was a striker that was going to live up to the level of Kelsey. And by God, he hit right on it. Backwards had a great... I cannot wait to use this team. We have got such a good team and such a good opportunity to not only make QPR relevant again. We've done that already. We can make them champions of Europe. And what a way it would be to send off Areola in his final game of football. Atletico with the hometown advantage. They would get great satisfaction out of winning a Champions League title on Real Madrid's home. But I don't want to let that happen. Let's get the job done with QPR. Trying to play composed. An early goal would go a long way. It's a great ball. We're onside with Diallo. Oh, it's straight at... All black. Oh, okay, we're going to get a corner. I'm looking for a big man's head in the middle. Yoro, Ekitike, one of them. Get the noggin. It's going to be Ekitike running onto it. We're going to get another corner. That's got to be the game plan, man. Just look for Ekitike's big-ass head. Again, floating it in and almost making them pay. I need to put something on here. They get the shot. Trafford saw that late. Now they get a chance at a corner. Martin Odegaard. Just get this one away, lads. Holding down square. Gyökeres, dude, that's there. We both have the same strategy with our big-ass strikers. Oh, great ball. Diallo. He's been in this position before. He's going to be a lone wolf. No, he's not. I'm going to go to Kelsey. That's a great ball. Oh, my God. That's a great save. Valverde puts it deep there. It's well won from Destiny. Get the overlapping runs going. Feed it. That's a great ball. We've fed it beautifully. Alexander-Arnold was flat-footed. Diallo, it's not the greatest touches in the world, but it is a great finish. I can guarantee you that. Amad Diallo on the counter-attack is going to give us the lead in what feels like a shootout brewing. No, do not let him get back into it. Trafford with the save against Gyökeres. Do not let him get it in the box. Oh my God, bro. You scare the shit out of me, Trafford. Defend your face off, lads. Gyökeres loves that near post. Let's see what's going on here. Get the 1-2s going. It's actually worked out well. My God, put it out wide. I stuffed that up with Ekitike. Bakwa has to make up for it, though. This could be 2. This is 2. We made it look ugly, but Bakwa gets in on the action. QPR, we are 2-0 up on the stroke of the hour. Bit under. Good stuff. Come on. We're on a roll now. Diallo gets in front. I'm just going to have to go with him. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, and it falls right back to Oblak. Come on, counterattack. Atletico Madrid throwing everything forward to this. That's not the ball I wanted, but we've got all the momentum, bro. We're going to put a cricket score on them here. Kevin Kelsey rattles the crossbar. Holding it up here. Going to go back to Bakwa, who goes back to him. This is great footy. Trying to find Ekitike. We've got a corner right at the death here. I'm just bringing a man short. I'm holding it in the corner. We're going to win a Champions League title with QPR. Screw it. Let's put it ball in the middle here. Hope for the best. Destiny at the back post. I'm just spamming circle, but it's not going to matter because we have officially done it. A game that I thought was going to be an even shootout. We got our second goal and absolutely dominated from there on in. And we have finally made Queen's Park Rangers relevant again. We threw everything we had into making this season a success, and it has worked. But it is going to be our first signing at QPR, the Kiwi, Tyler Bindon, the man who is going to lift the Champions League trophy for QPR. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch me rebuild Borussia Dortmund with Job Bellingham.